Is Jalen Brunson putting himself on a list of the greatest Knicks players of all time? Brunson is already second all-time in Knicks playoff point per game history with over 26 points a game over his career 210 games behind only Bernard King. And during his last contract negotiations, Brunson took a pay cut to ensure that the team could put pieces around him in order to win games. And so far it's worked, and if the Knicks are able to win this series against the Celtics, it'll be the first time they've been to the conference finals since 2000. In fact, when he joined the roster in 2022-23 season, he led the Knicks to their first series win since 2012, which also spiraled into them winning a first round series 3 years in a row for the first time since the 90s. And right now it's looking like New York basketball is an organization that is relevant once again. But this year is special because the Knicks have already beaten the Pistons, who had the 4th ranked defense in the league this year, and now have the league's defending champs on the ropes even before Tatum went out with his injury. And this is all while Boston was the NBA's 2nd ranked defensive team from this year. So against 2 of the top 4 defenses in the league, Brunson is still putting up some of the best numbers in franchise history. Through the entire playoffs, Brunson is averaging 29 points a game on 43% shooting from the field. It's the 5th highest scoring average of any player from the playoffs this year, and the highest among any players on a team that is yet to be eliminated. Not to mention that most of his games are actual scoring clinics where he's not getting many of his points from the free throw line for a guy who has the ball in his hands a majority of the time. I mean, last year Brunson scored 47 in the playoffs, which is the highest among a player in the franchise's history. And with one 40-point game this year, he has now dropped 40 points at least once in every playoff run with the Knicks so far. In fact, in his playoff career, he already has the 9th most playoff points in Knicks history with only 35 games played. And if you were wondering, he's also 8th in the franchise history for assists as well. I mean, nearly every Knicks playoff stat you look for, you could probably find Brunson's name among the top. On a franchise with 7 players with retired numbers, and in this season Brunson has been playing at another level in the playoffs even when it comes to playing the defending champs. In this series alone against the Celtics, he's averaging 27 points and 7 assists a game. And so far in Knicks playoff history, he has the 2nd highest point per game average in one season and for a player's entire career. For 1 year, the number was 32 points a game for Brunson in 2023, and for his entire Knicks playoff performances, he's put up 26.3 a game, which is 1/10 away from being the Knicks' leading playoff scorer. And just in case you think the numbers are inflated because of a lower number of games, then Brunson is filling the record books in total points as well. He's climbed to 16th in the franchise for all-time points, and he's already at 54% of the points Carmelo Anthony scored for the Knicks, and all while playing less than half the games he's played. Not to mention in the playoffs, he has the 9th most total points with only 35 career playoff games. And among any players with over 20 career playoff games for the franchise, Brunson is 1st for assists per game as well. And passing this year, he's 5th in the league for the playoffs and the 2nd most among active players for assists. To me, Brunson is already a name among some of the greatest Knicks of all time, and I think by the end of it, he may actually win a ring, and potentially even this season. And then he could possibly be the first player to see his jersey in the rafters at Madison Square Garden since Patrick Ewing. Now I get it's only been 3 seasons, but what we've seen from Brunson so far in a Knicks uniform might be games that New York fans could never forget. And to be fair, he's almost completely brought this franchise back to life nearly on his own. But let me know if you think I'm overreacting because of how he's been these last 2 seasons, or if you're ready to agree with me that Brunson might be one of the greatest Knicks players of all time if he leads this franchise to the finals.